Sam unfortunately can't make it. Amin and I are both devastated. But we can start with check-ins anyway. So we'll just check in with how you're feeling and intentions for the call and distractions. I will go first. I'm feeling good. My intentions for the call are to make sure we're ready for the Give Farm extension, because I think that we should actually launch the rewards like tomorrow or the next day. So that, and then also I want to spend a bunch of time on Give Power, and then everything else that's on the agenda, touch on Nice Token, anything we need to close up for Cult and Regen Farms. Yeah, I'm not very distracted. I'm a little distracted because I didn't get to finish writing the tweet thread I wanted to send out for Gitcoin, but I'll do it after the call. But I have nonstop calls for hours. I'll pass it to Griff.
I'm always excited about Give Power. I saw the latest designs; they're looking really cool. I'm excited about that and any other things that I can be useful on. No real distractions besides probably closing some DMs. I'll throw it over to Cherik.
Thank you, Griff. Hello, guys. My intention for the call is follow up the power contracts, subgraph, or other things. And I want to say I implement the new design, and I just send the preview link so you can check it. Yeah, and I'm not distracted. I pass it to Amin.
Yeah. Do you hear me? Okay. My intention is to talk about extending the farm. It should be done, I prepared the PR for the front end, but subgraph is not syncing as expected. And my biggest intention was to sync up about the Give Power smart contract and get confirmation from Sam, or then we go for implementing a demo for the first, at least, locking without delegating, without boosting and other things. That was my intention. I'm not distracted, and I pass it to Paula.
Oh, hello everyone. I'm feeling a little better today, so I'm working like full time today. My intentions are, again, since I was away for a few days, just to sync back up and to help Amin as much as I can with the implementation. And that's it. I'm not really distracted. And I pass it over to Mo.
Hey, I'm feeling good. I'm here just to sync up with everyone and maybe talk about the design if we need to change. Lauren, I saw your comments, but I think we can talk about that later. So I pass it to Monique.
Thank you, Mo. Hello, everybody. GM, good evening. I'm good. Oh my God, you don't have Sam, so I don't have any intention. Just the only things that I'm going to follow up the things that we have to do in front end for changing the requested changes for the subgraph from Fabio, for be in the loop. I pass it on to Jess.
Okay, so sometimes, Jesse, if you want to check in, please feel free to do so, but I am assuming that you are busy. Oh no, go ahead. Do you want to? Yep. Great. I think that's everybody. So great. Let's just start with Give Farm extension. So I mean, you say subgraph is down, so we can't launch the countdown. Can you give an update?
It's about, subgraph has problem on syncing the new deployment. I changed it. I removed some event processing because we don't need them, so I make it lighter to be synced faster. So it's doing its job very slow. We should wait for the new deployment to be synced to launch the application, the new version. And I'm waiting for it. As I said, I changed. I removed some event processing to make it lighter to be synced faster. The events that we don't use anymore. I hope we launch it tonight. The PR is ready. Yeah.
So then my question is, are the new rewards supposed to start tomorrow?
2 days later.
2 days later.
Day after tomorrow. Yeah, for a test environment tomorrow.
Okay.
So we can test tomorrow and see whether it works as expected, and then the day after tomorrow, we will have the production launch. So we will have 1 day to fix issues, exist anything.
All right, that sounds good. So day after tomorrow, so 2 days is actually Friday. It's supposed to be on Friday. The rewards will start.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And so you can merge the PR today, because I would really like to make sure we have a countdown for the Give XDAI pool. It gives people like a day to like stake beforehand and stuff, so the rewards aren't just like going to one big ape, whale.
Yeah. Let's make a PR for the developer, but for the master, for the production, we cannot until the subgraph is synced. Yeah, I can do it. We can
Today.
do it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Keep me in the loop. And so like if you merge it so that the countdown starts, I will just share about it on Twitter right away to try to get people in there.
Sorry to interrupt. Is there anything we need to do with our circulating supply to account for the new farm?
I don't think we need to do anything. I think that the circulating supply automatically looks at what we have going out. Like, I think it's using like some kind of math.
Yeah. Yeah. We might see like a weird like price fluctuation when people migrate from the Give Honey to the Give XDAI, but as long as nothing needs to be changed.
Okay, sounds good. And then Mitch, you were gonna send the amounts. I saw you sent me a DM. Did you want me to check those numbers, or did Amin check them?
Amin will probably check them, or I could send them to Amin, but I'd send them to you in the DM, and they should be good to go. Okay,
because we're just going to transfer whatever we're sending out extra from the token distro from our liquidity mining multisig to the token distro. So if you could just like check to make sure that that the transactions or whatever that Mitch is doing looks right, and then we can get people to sign it.
Sorry, what you're talking about the farms?
It will just sending. The give from our liquidity multisig to the token distro. So one for mainnet, one for Gnosis chain.
Oh yeah, I understand. Okay.
So I'll do that, but maybe just have a look.
Yeah, for sure, I will do it.
Cool. Great. Okay, counting down. Sorry, I'm being slow. All right, I think that's everything. Give farm extension. Is there any other like things we need to cover on that? Cool. Okay. Give power. So, yeah, maybe Amin, did you want to give us an update on on the contracts. I mean, I heard you saying that like you want to launch a demo so we can actually start doing the staking locking. Do you want to just like update us on what's needed and where you're at?
Actually, our demo is not something to show you. It's code, and I don't know whether do you like to see it in this form. I just has completed a test. what I can show you is only a smart contract code. But let me share my screen. Maybe you like it. Yeah, anyone who knows a little bit about where is that? Yeah, that's yeah, and let's make my font bigger for you. Can you see it? Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
It's about only tests that first I can show you that give power will be built on top of Unipool, Garden Unipool. It means that we will have the Garden Unipool and upgrade it. So give power will be part of that. So we don't the new users don't need to unstake and stake again to have to get power or participate in the GiveLock program.
Nice.
Right. So that's a point. And here for every run we have unlockable token and releasable power amount that every time a user locks its token. We keep track of how much he has locked and how much power he has gained by locking, and on unlock process we release them, unlock tokens and release them. The code is not something that you people like to see in my view, but by the way, it will be a token power give as a token, so you will have your balance. It's not transferable. And when you wrap your token, you will have 100% of your token power. We have power 100% of what you have wrapped to GGive, and if you lock, that will be increased. Your power will be increased, and in the same way your share in the farming will be increased. For instance, if you have a stake 100 Give, you lock for one run, your power will be increased for 41%, a square of 2, and in the same rate, the same amount will be added to your farming. It works like you have a stake 141, not 140. So your yield farming balance will be 141. That's the logic till now. And if I show you
Can you show that formula? There it is. Number of rounds, square root number of rounds. So if you lock for one round, wouldn't you have 2 times the give power?
If you lock for one run, you will have 1.41 times power.
When I look at the math, though, it's 1 plus the square root of number of rounds.
Oh, okay, let's show you. It's the lock. You see, it's a lock. You say that I want to lock that amount for this number of rounds, right? First rounds should be more than should be 1 or more than 1 or more than 1. It cannot be 0. And here we check that the amount that you want to lock. You have enough unlocked token to lock. It's a check. We don't want to talk about it. And we calculate the end round. We say current round plus end round. It means that at the end of this round, you can unlock your token. For instance, if you are at round 1, when round 2 is finished, you can unlock your token.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we get your accounting for that round. You have some accounting about for each round that finish. For instance, we load your balances for round 1. It means that when your what we can unlock and release after that round. For instance, if you are in round 1 and you want
Okay,
to
so
run for 1,
can we just jump to calculate power though?
Of course, yes. Let's go calculate power. Yeah, that calculate power. It's amount multiplied by a square SQRT. That's it.
Square root rounds plus 1. Okay.
For instance, if for one run it will result 1.41 times of the token. If you want to lock 100 give, the result of this function will be 141, but we subtract the exact amount to get the gain power amount. You say that, okay, you want to lock for one run, you will have a 41, you will gain 41 power.
And do we calculate, are you sure that the APR is calculated the same?
Okay, now see here. You will have 41 more give power, right? We first add that to your, here we stake the same amount for you again.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Garden Unipool stake. So it's like you have a stake 141, not 100.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And on unlock, we will fetch how much will be released after this round. And we have two numbers. First, how much token you have locked, right? And how much power you have gained by locking. So we unstake that gained power. So that 41 give will be unstaked from the far. So it will be like you have a stake again 100, not 141. Your total number of lock token will be the 100 will be reduced from 100 lock total lock. 100 token will be reduced from your total locked amount. So those tokens are free to transfer or withdraw, unwrapped. Sorry. And yeah, that's it. The events are emitted. The point is that here if you wrap your token and you want to unwrap, here we don't allow to unwrap locked tokens.
Mm-hmm.
Tokens are locked.
And are you expecting to have a bot that unwraps everyone on a regular basis, or how do you do the unwrapping? Or, sorry, not the unlocking.
The only solution that came to my mind is that we have a bot that after each round is finished, it fetches the number of it fetches the list of users that have locked tokens for that round and try to unlock them, because anyone can unlock, and it's not be the that's it. Anyone can unlock. It is the only solution that comes to my mind, but we will be dependent on the subgraph. I hope it works well. Otherwise, ourselves we should find a way for it.
So, do we have to be dependent on the subgraph? Is there any way to keep track of locked accounts?
We depend on what is it?
So right now we're depending on a subgraph because we're only getting the information from the We already had this discussion. I'm sorry. I realize it's just I want to understand if it's finalized. So we do not make records about who exactly has tokens locked, and we are depending on the subgraph because we are reading from the events. But do we need to? Would it be permissibly cheap to create an on-chain solution just for that? At least some kind of record that we can use to reference.
That's a good idea. We can keep track of who has unlockable tokens for a run. It's a good idea because we won't be dependent on the subgraph anymore. I agree. No, it's a problem.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, if we come up with a better solution to be unlocking them, like, I mean, I think we can kind of like also coordinate that like outside this call, but it seems to me like, I mean, it's pretty much done, right? Like we're able to actually like now create a demo version or like a test version, like with these contracts as they are. And then, I mean, we could keep implementing the solution on how to unlock. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. We can go for it.
Okay.
We can deploy something.
I have a question. So Give Power is like a non-transferable ERC20 token, right?
Sorry, what is it?
Give Power is a non-transfer. Griff is nodding his head very hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So then like all of the boosting and then like the changing of the boosting, we're gonna do all of that on chain. There's no going back now. No.
We decided to do it on that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. So having a Give Power amount and then allocating that Give Power amount to a project, that's the next step. That's another level, right?
Yeah.
We can do that off chain if you want.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Awesome. That's great. So are there any other blockers for this locking side of things besides potentially creating a new solution where we have like the unlocking not depend on the subgraph?
I mean, are there any other?
Sorry, I got distracted. Sorry.
Yeah, me too, actually. I'm sorry.
You guys are so funny.
I'm so sorry. Passing notes in class. They're passing notes in class.
It's totally disrespectful. I'm sorry.
I'm sure every teacher in COVID had to deal with this.
It's like you turned out.
We went into the matrix. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just asking. So, like, the only like kind of blocker to being done with the locking, unlocking side of things is the like bot or service or whatever that does the unlocking, or maybe we do it on chain. But all the other questions are answered, and there's no other blockers.
Yeah, I think we don't have blocker. Another thing we should decide. The project boosting is not decided yet. What to do about it exactly? Off chain or on chain. There are ideas, for instance, assigning a primary address to each project, and then use a lock on the front on the chain. At least put some track on the blockchain that I have allocated my Give Power to this project, to that project, or we should do all that stuff on the backend. I prefer do it on the blockchain, but it's with our resources at this point. I'm not sure how fast we can go because Sam is not didn't show up, and I don't know when we can do it.
Could we launch it by just doing it on the back end first, and then like see if we have the right logic and all of that, and play with it on the back end before going to smart contracts, and then we go to smart contracts, have a plan to go to smart contracts later?
Yeah, that's a good idea. We can design the front end, work on the back end, or put everything on the back end. And it will be faster, in my view, very, very, very faster than having everything on a smart contract. It can be blocked by.
Faster is better.
I like it. Let's do that.
You're good. You have a good sales pitch there. I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Let's do that then. Cool. Then I have a question because Chirik, you were saying you had started working on the front end. Is this like with the new designs that Mo had put together with the prototype? Oh.
Yeah. I can show something to you. Let me share my screen.
Okay, sure, yeah. Show us what you put together. I mean, I didn't realize that we had, confirmed that design and sort of passed it to you guys, but hopefully it's not too much.
Yeah, this is the power. And we can change and calculate the APR, use some software, but I didn't time to implement the GIVe or Give power numbers, but they are easy. And I'm applied for contracts to stake and to lock the rapid tokens. And I think after that we can go to the next step and maybe implement the project side, because as I know, Matthew is working on the lookup detail table, and it's done, I think. Yeah, Matthew?
Yeah, Sharik. Let me see if I can also share my screen.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so give me a moment. I have to move the. What is it? For a reason it's not showing. Give me 2 minutes. I wasn't ready for this, and I'll get back to you. Yeah, I'll be back.
Okay. Okay, cool. Well,
Just one thing I need to mention. I'd like to know how did it go with a subgraph redesign, because we need to add something to the subgraph. I don't know whether we will have 2 different subgraph or not. If Fabio has had any progress on that point, I would like to know.
I connected to the test environment that you set up, and it's working fine. I'm actually finalizing that table to show the logs and all the give power movements. But yeah, it's basically we are going to be using the same subgraph for everything. I will move it eventually, but right now I am making like a different call. It's actually 2 queries basically. One for the main subgraph for everything, and then I call the give powers one with the testnet that you updated. So eventually, if we just merge into one subgraph, I'll just have to make a small change. So it's your decision. There is no B in that.
Yeah, cool.
That's
cool.
Right,
yeah. But I was talking about the main subgraph that we have.
Yeah.
That Fabio has this offer a step forward, decide and offer some help.
Yeah, so what Fabio had said to me, I checked in with him last week, and he said that he already redesigned what it should look like. And then he said he would comment on the issue, but he didn't comment on the issue, so I just pinged him again. But yeah, his concern was like, oh, we redesigned the subgraph, we're gonna need to like redesign the front end a little to connect with it properly. And but I said I think we have a bandwidth for that, so I'll just push him to leave another comment in there, but I think that he had already kind of like structured. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that was my agent. I think that we can do it. We have to at least know it for now. We're suffering a little bit for the communication, I think, and we have to sort it out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just pinged him again on Telegram, but also you're welcome to do that too. I think he just gets busy and then he forgets. So if like I bug him and then you bug him, it might
Okay.
your odds of getting his attention.
Do you guys have kind of daily meetings, sort of? I don't know, in other working groups or in other organizations. Sync meetings, I mean.
Sync meetings?
With Fabio or other devs, yeah.
No, I never had sync meetings with them.
Okay.
Hard to get them to come to any meetings.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but I think it's a great idea and I would love for it to happen, but yeah, okay.
So as I see, we can go forward with a dedicated subgraph for give power after Fabio merged, redesign the subgraph and do the front end. Or we can merge these two together.
Yeah. Yep, sounds good.
Yeah, sorry guys, I'm ready. You can see the screen?
Yeah, probably. I think
Yeah, so basically we have
Yes.
start and I just had a problem because I was having issues merging and I just removed this card so I couldn't find it, but it's back. We have this explanation modal that is ready. I have to connect still the subgraph part that I already connected. And here on manage give, we have this table. All of this is fake information. So this is already being fetched by the subgraph that Amin shared last week, but I haven't finalized it. So I am just having some issues. I was having issues with the merging and with the branch. I just solved them, and I just have to basically show everything that I'm grabbing. But all of this information is already being fetched, so it's fine. I have some power on my wallet, so I made some fake staking with the contract. So yeah, the information that is going to be showing in here is kind of the truth. So that's it.
Yeah, it looks nice. Thank you, Matthew.
Yeah, looks great. Looks awesome. Okay. I'm thinking we really need to have a sync. Wait, are you still here? Yes, we need to have a sync because I'm like getting a little like I'm like, oh my god, it's like awesome that these like pieces are being developed, but now it's like two different give power cards, like one on Mateo's screen and a different one on Cherek's screen, and we need to like maybe we can have a call today and just go through things and move on to one spot, and then we'll be like. Just because I think the dev work that they did already, not so much will have to change, but like,
yeah.
If you're free after this call, I'm okay. If not, just let me know when free.
Okay.
The card that I'm showing is not the last one. It's because I was having merging issues. So don't pay attention to that. That's why I was scared and just have to leave a moment to fix it. So don't worry about it. I just have to merge with the work that Sharik did, and that's it.
Yeah,
And it has to be reviewed, and after that we have a environment for testing the give power. I created in the UAT thread in all dev. You can check it daily there. I think it has to be merged, reviewed, and merged to the UAT, and after that we have to do testing. So I think it's the flow.
Yeah, I will send the link also in GIVeconomy channel. Yeah. But yeah, it's not the latest version.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'll take a look at that preview link, and I'll have a sync call with Mo today, and just kind of like try to clean up whatever changes on the design, just to make sure. And then I'll sync with you and Cherik and Mateo, and make sure that like we're all on the same page and looking at the same stuff. Yeah, because I think yeah, I don't know. I left some comments in the Figma yesterday. I'm like, oh, we should move this to here, and like, I didn't realize you were already working on developing it.
I think we have to find a move around solution to not doing that because it's already developed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, okay.
Find a solution. I mean, I was thinking about what you said on the Discord and also the Figma, and I think we can somehow manage to fix it without moving things so much.
Okay. Is it very hard to move like one of the carts? One good boy, Maxie. Sorry. He doesn't bark so much, but lately people are coming to my house all the time as people are moving in, other people are moving out. Okay, Max, good boy. So is it going to be like a lot of extra dev work to move like the big lockup multiplier details thing from that page to the other Give Power page?
Lauren, I think maybe we can talk about that before actually telling developers to do that, because I have to share some points on my side too. But yeah, let's talk in our sync meeting.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, cool. So then we'll sync up on that meeting later today. So then for Give Power, I guess moving forward, I mean, are you going to start then working on like the boosting logic for the contracts, like how to allocate Give Power to projects and blah blah blah? Are we able to start that side of things, or?
We decided to do it on the back end, I guess. So I think we can go for first deploying that somewhere and preparing the logic without boosting yet. In my view, wiring everything front and back. We won't have back and only front end. Yeah, we will have subgraph, but that's almost ready. But deploying the current one, adding tests to subgraph to the smart contract. The smart contract doesn't have tests. I just decided to expand my knowledge and prepare a better working version. But I think we have time, at least we need 1 week to make the current design work. And after I will be on vacation because my trip starts 1 week sooner or 3 days sooner to Europe. 1st July I will have a flight Turkey, and then we'll come to Spain. So I will have 1 week, and I like to focus on making the front end work with only the, having the power work on the front end. Make everything, and adding tests to the subgraph to the smart contract. And after that, if we have design ready for boosting, we would go for designing the backend and the front end to implement it on the backend, as I said, because it's faster.
Okay, I think the design for the boosting is pretty much done. I mean, we stopped working on it because there were some things we were uncertain of, like their feasibility. Like, I mean, if you're able to, when you change your Give Power on one project without adding new Give Power, like where does that Give Power come from? Does it come from other projects you already allocated to? And like, we kind of have it, maybe, I mean, I can walk through the designs with you before you get started on that. But you're saying, so like, basically like in a week. So like this week, we kind of just keep the focus on the Give Farm side. And then like after, when you come to Barcelona, will be when you start working on the boosting side, right?
Yeah, after, I will not be available for 14th July. And a few days after. And about the boosting, I prefer, the idea that came to my mind is to, everyone define boosting in percentage. For instance, say that, okay, I want to allocate 17% of my power to that project and 18% to that project, and not, I don't know, the rest to the other project. So if you have this person, on every snapshot, we just get all the give power and multiply by that person and and allocate to the projects. I think it will be too complex to say exactly how much power I want to allocate. Because the power is something volatile and will be changed very on snapshots.
Mm-hmm.
So person is some rational choice in my view.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. But then I think like there's also, it would be nice to also have the option that like the user, instead of having to, like the user can access like the staking and locking from the project page as well. So it's like if they're looking at a project and say they don't want to add a percentage, they add more give, like they stake more give, they lock more give, then they get more give power, which they give to that project. So it's like, I mean, we can still represent it as percentages, but I still want that like to be possible, you know? It's like if they add 10 extra give power. And so their other like 90 give power becomes 90% instead of 100%.
Griff, do you have any idea?
Yeah, just to clarify what she said. So the user wants to wants to boost a project, and they bring their own give tokens to boost the project in that moment. Then all the other percentages are technically reduced, even though the give power amounts stay the same, right? Because they're like, hey, I want to boost this project with 100 give tokens. I'm going to lock 100 give tokens for this amount of time, and it just boosts that project, right? So
I think it's ideal, it's a dream, but it will be so complex because, for instance, if you like 100 token and then you like another 200, and next day you will have nothing, no power. I mean, after 2 weeks, what will happen to those numbers? That 100 will be lost, or if, for instance, you have 200, allocate 100 to 2 projects, 100 each, and then suddenly you have 100. You know, your power reduced to half. What happens to the?
On the other side, I would say maintain the percentage pattern for when you unlock. So maintain the percentage pattern for when you unlock, but allow users to come in and just be like, I want to boost this. Oh, I have some give. You know what? I'm going to boost this. And then, okay, that's changing their percentages, you know? But then when you unlock, now you're reducing the percentages equally across the board. Or you're maintaining the percentages across the board. Because the user experience here is like, oh, I just found a new project. This is cool. Oh yeah, I have some give tokens too. Okay, yeah, I'll just boost them with the give tokens I have. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also good because we want to have more people adding more give tokens power and locking more often. We want to like make it as easy as possible for people to be staking and locking their give tokens at any time, all the time.
So yeah, the logic that comes to my mind: if the user power reduces, the total power will be less than how he has allocated to project, we reduce every number respectively. For instance, if your power is, for instance, you have like 300 and now you have 200, we cut one third of each boost to each project. Okay.
Sorry, did the design for boosting in single project view has finished?
I think we should go through it like with Amin at least to make sure that it's making sense to Amin in the way that he's going to do the contracts before we say it's done and start developing the front end. But so maybe then I think like today I'll work with Mo and make sure that we have the Give Farm side designs done. And then, I mean, before you get started on working on the contracts, let's have a sync on the design for boosting. Just take a look at it and make sure that we're all aligned.
What about boost the project in GIVeconomy tab? we had designs there to give boost a specific project in the GIVeconomy staking cards. I remember.
You boost the project from the GIVeconomy tab.
Once I think I had an issue about it. Maybe we can I have to revise. Okay. And what about the my account? So if we want to start, we don't have enough choice. I think it will get blocked by the first step, which is design. The staking card, locking model, the staking model, all of them are almost done without any integration. But for my account, single project view, the rest, the first step is design.
Yeah, it's like they're already basically done from the design side, but we haven't ratified with the contracts that it's going to make sense. So there might need a little bit of changes once we talk to Amin about it. And that's why, I wouldn't start developing the front end until we are able to talk to Amin and until it also makes sense and he can actually logic how it would go.
Yeah.
Thanks,
So
Lauren.
Amin can approve it, I think we might use the front end efforts on it while he's on vacation, because the rest of the team, is they're not attending it's Barcelona, so they have time. So if we can confirm it, we can start working on these issues on the front end side. Also, we may have the efforts of the Carlos and Mohammed, if it's possible, on the backend side. I don't know. Maybe if Fabio give us some guidelines about the subgraph, we can do it.
Yeah. Okay, well, when did you say you're starting to be off? Next week you're still working, right? So we could meet next week.
Yeah, 1st July I will start. I will be off.
So let's try to talk next week, Monday, the 27th or something, and go through the boosting stuff. Just so that we have something, we have it confirmed, and then, yeah, like Monique is saying, people who aren't going to Barcelona have time and they can work.
Okay, anytime I can look at the design if it's ready at this moment, async, and tell you if anything is not aligned with the design, the smart contract. But in my view, the power is just simple number that can be reduced later, just this. And yeah, if we go that way, we can expect that the design would work. We can be implemented and just see it as a simple number that can be increased and reduced.
Yeah.
Like a balance, like a token balance.
Yeah.
As it is.
Yeah. Well, take a look at the design then and leave some comments if you want, and then I can sync with you on Monday. And if there's anything weird.
Okay.
Mosaidi,
please send the link to design if you have anything, or
I can find myself. And we can discuss in another meeting. I can just show you everything related to the boosting. Maybe it's much easier for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So I think, we've got a few other things to cover. We're running a little bit low on time. So first, I would just want to touch quickly on, Mitch wanted to ask a question. Oh, we need to bridge some give from mainnet to Gnosis chain to actually have some in the liquidity mining multisig, and he wanted to know how much we should bridge.
Yeah, we burned through 9 million give. We didn't burn it. We used it for liquidity, but yeah.
Do we have any liquidity on Gnosis chain coming up?
Probably. That'll be in the GIVeconomy research. We've got maybe 3 or 4, depending if we do anything with house.
Let's make an estimate in that call, I guess. Because the only thing is it charges us to bridge back, so there is a fee,
Mm-hmm.
in going back if we ever want it on some other chain.
Okay. Well, yeah, that'll be the issue, blocking topping up the token distro, but that's fine.
So we know how much we need for that. I mean,
yeah, it's like 2.5 million, and there's only 1.2 million right now.
So let's just send 2.5 million over.
You want to do it piecemeal for every one we bridge?
It's just a couple getting people to sign transactions, right? I mean, I guess we can.
Done, but okay.
We let's see the research call and see if there's anything that we have planned.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, cool. So then the other things that I have on the agenda are, yeah, no, honestly, that's okay. Region Farms check-in. Kotabe's here, I think, for that. Maybe Kotabe, did you have any leads or anything that we need to start working on for Region Farms?
Not really. I have a call. I will have a call with Anthony from Ant. Sorry, Ant. But right now there's still no strong leads.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So then Culteeth Region Farm, I am still, I messaged yesterday again in the chat to try to see if Chris will let us give them ownership, but I don't know. I guess we're really blocked by them actually wanting to have ownership over their token distro. But I'll push on that a little more. Other than that, I think there's nothing there. And then I just added the nice token epic to this call in case there's anything we wanted to I'm not sharing my screen to touch on for that. Mitch, do you have anything that you wanted to any issues that you're need to bring attention to for the nice token?
No, the only one is well, actually, maybe there's an interesting issue. So Mohammed's working on the API and Mo's working on the modals. I'm blocked by many different issues to actually make the nice token. So the first one is that I want to test making it, and the GIVeconomy test DAO, which is the admin for some of the staging deployment contracts, got bricked by Sem and I testing some vesting schedules, and it actually broke the UI of the DAO, so it's unusable. So you can only use it through Block Scout. And then secondly, when Gnosis Chain migrated their RPCs, the subgraphs went down, and they haven't fixed it. So I can't create a new DAO to use EVM CRISPR with because the EVM CRISPR won't recognize the new DAO. So I made one on RinkB, but then the transactions app that we need to use to actually send the tokens doesn't work on RinkB. So
Do we have old DAOs lying around that you could use on X?
Maybe if someone has an old DAO and could make me the boss of that one, then I could test it on there, but I don't have any.
I can look. I'm sure I have some.
So yeah, that's my blocker, is actually making the token or testing to make the token in distribution. But that would be great. Yeah, I don't think there's any more updates right now for development. I think most of it will be defining the utility.
Okay. Okay, cool. So my last thought is, since we covered all those other things, the only other thing that we didn't discuss at all is the delegation for Give Power. So this is also kind of relevant for the Give Farm side. Is the logic sorted out for delegation of Give Power? Or they're still missing pieces? Because we actually don't even really have it so much in. I see you took your video off. Maybe you're not
here. I think it's a little bit out of topic, but can we skip this delegation for the first version of the Give Power? I know you guys had lots of discussion about it, but It's making it more complicated. When I see the staking model, I was thinking that it's a kind of engineering calculator there. So it's too complicated. Let's forget about the delegation, guys. Please.
I'm okay with that if that's kind of like the general consensus. Mitch is like, cut scope. Hey, Griff, do you think we should launch Give Power without delegation to start?
I don't know. It's tough. Sorry.
So
I mean,
the last discussion on this matter was that. Oh God, I'm cutting into you. Sorry. Finish, please.
I guess the social impact of having delegation is really impactful on the comms side, but it's also scope and it's work on the comms side to get people excited to be delegates in Giveth. Like I'm a delegate in Optimism, I'm a delegate in Gitcoin, I'm a delegate in ENS, and just having my attention over there is really nice. Like, I wonder what kind of influencers we could get if we opened delegation up for Giveth as well, that of people who would want to, be more involved, and we get external voice. So from the non-technical side, I see a lot of comms benefit, but I don't have a horse I see opportunity, but it's also scope. So
I
agree. Can't say yes or no.
I agree that it's an important comms thing or a useful comms thing, but I also don't think there is a detriment of having it come a little later, because maybe it just takes longer to develop, and then the whole of Give Power comes out later. Or we launch it without delegation and people start to understand Give Power a little bit, and then they're like, I love these projects. And then later they're like, what? I can become a delegate to support these projects, and they already understand the system. I think that the order isn't that critical, and both are good from a comms perspective. And if we can get even just part of Give Power out earlier and cut the scope of delegation, yeah. Because I think that there's with the token launch, it's if you have people building hype for your token before it launches, it pumps the token price. But with something like this, it's people being familiar with projects and with the system. I don't think there's a huge advantage to having delegates before we set it up. Yeah. Cool.
Exquisitely said, Lauren. I support you.
Yay. Okay, cool. Well, we are over the top of the hour, and we covered all the things. So thanks, everybody. And I'll keep you updated. This is fun. You're all great.
Thank you, Lauren.
Thanks, Lauren.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank
Bye.
you, guys.
Bye.